Yo, how's it going, guys? Christian Loza here with How It's Done podcast, and I'm here with the one and only Marcus Hyde. How's it going, man?
Doing well. How are you?
Pretty good, man. So, for those watching that aren't familiar with your work, tell us what you do.
I am I would say a fashion, beauty, portraiture photographer.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
So tell us, man, how did you first get into photography, and what were you shooting with back then? Tell us like your first setup and how that has evolved over the years.
First setup. So I got into it through skateboarding. I used to film skateboarding videos, and then ended up picking up a photo camera when I was in college, and then kind of shot some friends, and then those friends had some modeling friends, and then I shot with those modeling friends, and then kind of stuck with it. And people were like, "You're pretty good. You should stick with it." So that's what I did, and now I'm here. So.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
What are you shooting with now?
Now I'm shooting with I'm just shooting film right now, actually, just strictly film. So Contax G2, and a Mamiya 7. So the Mamiya is a medium format, and then the Contax is 35.
Oh, that's pretty
film,
cool, man.
So.
Where do you get like all your stuff like developed and all that?
There's a few labs in LA. Like I'm fortunate enough to like be able to shoot something and then drop the film off the same day and then get it. So,
oh, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Is it? I'm sure you find it like more challenging to do film versus just like digital because you don't know what you're gonna get most of the time, right?
It's exciting though, because like you'll shoot something and you don't know how it's going to turn out, so it's like you're excited to see the results. Like I dropped like 20 rolls of film off today, so
oh wow,
I'm waiting for them to email me and let me know what I got. So
that's cool, man. And so films are like obviously like one off. Like what do you normally do with your film?
What do you mean?
Like do you keep it for yourself? You give it to clients?
Okay,
you sell them? Like what do you mainly do with them?
Usually social media stuff, and then I'll do like some prints sometimes, or I'll submit to magazines. I'm actually working on a book too, so
oh cool.
Yeah, so like my first photo book. I've never like put my work out there like that, so
that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
When is that set to get in like
this year for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know exact date yet, but I've been working on it, so
that's cool, man. Is there like a theme to it, or is it just all like your work?
I think it's just gonna be a variety of my work, because I thought about doing a theme, but then it at that point, if I do a theme, it only caters to people that want to see that type of stuff.
Right,
so if I do like a collective of work over the years, then like everyone can kind of.
That's awesome, man. Are you setting like sort of like a time frame, or is it just everything that you've ever done?
I think it's just the best. Like
the best.
If someone's like, "What does Marcus Hyde shoot?" and I'd be like,
"This is what Marcus Hyde shoots." Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's awesome. So you grew up in Richmond, Virginia, where you later went and attended Full Sail University, where you studied photography and film. How do you feel that like art school helped you prepare for what came afterwards in your career?
I think that the art school definitely helped, because they were super hands-on. So everything the industry had currently, they had at that school. So I got to use like Panavisions and Airy cams and stuff like that I would never be able to touch in my entire life. Like I can't afford a Panavision, but when I went to school I could shoot that stuff, and they taught me a lot about how the importance of networking with people and like meeting people, and how it can further you to network with people. So.
And I feel like that's the most important thing about art school, is like who you meet and who you connect with.
Yeah,
definitely. That's pretty cool, man. Were there any projects when you were in school that you were like super happy about still to this day that were like left an impression on you? Or have you like moved past that part in your life?
Kind of moved past it, but I'm trying to get back into doing some video stuff. I've been doing a little video stuff here and there last year. But the only project I worked on when I was really in college was like filming the skateboard video.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it was called Coof.
Oh, cool.
Cutouts of Florida. It was actually a pretty big video at the time, but that was like 2007.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it was a dope video. It was fun.
That's cool, man. What was the platform that you released it in back then?
That was DVD.
DVD?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So super curious, for someone deciding between going to art school or just jumping right into photography without going to school, which would you advise them was the best option for that?
I think the best option is like nowadays the internet is so powerful, and like
YouTube.
You literally can go into class and these teachers may know less than you know, because if you stay on the internet, like you may just know more than them. Like I would go into class and I would like ask the teacher about this and this, and they're like, I'm not sure about that. But I knew because I stayed on the internet, and I just studied and watched YouTube videos and watched like, these behind the scenes
tutorials
videos.
And stuff,
But like the hands-on stuff was really good. So
yeah. Do you ever find yourself figuring things like new things out now that you're further in your career with you using YouTube and that sort of deal?
Yeah. Sometimes I'll find out new things, but it's usually finding out things to make things easier, not like something like I didn't know. It's just oh, this is the easier way to do this.
Yeah, like a shortcut or something like that. Yeah,
so
that's cool, man. Yeah. So you say you both film and photography, but you're mainly doing photography right now. How often do you get to do video stuff, if at all, now that you're
I have another guy that I do, one of my homies from LA, his name's Russ.
Yeah.
Russ does a lot of video stuff with me, so like I'll direct and work with the model, and Russ will shoot it, and then I'll edit.
Oh, so he does like your behind the scenes, or just like an official video for your shoots?
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm trying to get back into doing some more video stuff. Either picking up a Red or Alexa.
Oh wow,
shooting some video
some
stuff.
Real deal stuff.
Yeah,
yeah.
I make sure it's like quality stuff,
not
just throw out anything out.
That's super cool. And you would basically just like offer what you already do, but like with video, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Or would you use it for like personal things, like vlogging or like a podcast or something? Or
probably just for like personal stuff. Yeah. I feel like it might be too much for vlogging.
Yeah.
shoot a vlog on Alexa.
That'd be insane. Yeah. Okay, so I see you shoot a lot of like portraits and fashion photography. How did you first get into that, and what was so appealing about it at the time?
Honestly, just fell into it.
Yeah.
Like I was saying before, like just working with like friends, and then those friends see it, and it's like word of mouth.
Yeah.
Because my first job was like, everyone had that first job they hated. I worked at a Friendly's scooping ice cream, and then my next job I worked at a junkyard, at a Honda junkyard pulling parts.
Oh shit, Hondas.
And then the final job that was like the last straw was I worked at a CBS news station as like a production assistant.
Oh, cool.
And that shit sucked. So then I was like, all right, fuck this. I'm just going to end up working for myself and just shooting full time. So it was like slow starting out, but then like you start meeting people, networking, and like your name gets out there more. So
yeah, it's all about networking.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What's your best advice to a young aspiring photographer trying to get into like fashion and shooting people?
Just shoot, and you got to dedicate your life to it.
Yeah.
You got to like shoot all the time and be ready to work long hours and like do your research, and then definitely network with anyone and everyone, because you don't know who knows who and what they know and stuff like that. So you definitely have to network. Yeah, for sure, man. And on the flip side of things, what's some advice that you would give to somebody trying to get into modeling? If you're trying to get into modeling, I would say just try to find the best photographers in your area, whatever city you live in. If you live in a small city, then maybe find like the next biggest city close to you. So say you live in Virginia, and there's not very many photographers there, like just take a trip to New York. It's like 5 hours away. Find some of the best photographers you can get in touch with in New York, work with them, build your portfolio from that, and then you know, it definitely helps. That's some good advice, man. Yeah. So you eventually made the big move from Richmond to Los Angeles. Tell us what made you decide on LA, and how did the move go? Because I read in an interview that you like never even had been to Cali before, right? I'd never been to California before. It was like always a dream to come to California, and then I was just like, man, I just need to like do it. Like, what's the worst that'll happen? If I come to California and it doesn't work out, I'll just move back to Virginia, like where I'm already at. So I might as well just do it. I did it. Ended up staying for like a few months, and then I think I ran out of money, and then I went back to Virginia for a bit, saved up a little bit more, and then I came back to California. And I've been here since. So what do you feel like you did differently the second go around? I knew what I was like getting myself into at that point. Yeah, you were like better prepared for it. Things are pretty expensive, and like when I first came out here the first time, I wasn't really like eager to like meet people and network. I was like, okay, nothing's really happening. So the second time I came out, I was literally hit the ground running, and I was like networking with this person, meeting this person, shooting here, shooting there, taking like full advantage of the location. Because you gotta look the part too. Like you gotta like look like you're busy. Like even if you're shooting, once a week, you gotta make sure it looks like you're shooting every day. So people know like, oh, he's always shooting. He's good. Everyone's exactly. Yeah. That's some good advice, man. So you had never been to LA. And I'm sure you had this like picture of it in your head, or what it was going to be. What was it? Was it what you thought it was going to be, or what was it different, or what? Like, it's a little different. Yeah. But you try to make the most of it. Like, I would say I wasn't prepared for like it being really competitive. It's really competitive. There's a lot of like really good people out here,
It's like super saturated.
Yeah, it's super saturated because everyone's like, oh, California dream, like
let me move out
here, like warm weather, pretty girls, blah blah blah, like so.
And the fact that you're like doing really really well, it's like it's awesome, man.
Yeah, you just gotta be around good people, like positive energy, good people. It definitely pushes you.
It's cool, man. So now that you've been in LA for quite some time now, what do you feel is the difference between working and living here versus back at home or back in Richmond?
It's definitely LA's slower paced than New York, but it's definitely faster paced than Virginia. Virginia's just so like it's like I'll get to it when I get to it, and LA's like a little more fast paced. It's like the pace you want it to be at.
Yeah.
But then New York is just like
go.
Yeah,
New York is like nothing tops that. Did you ever contemplate moving to New York at all, or was that just?
I thought about it, and it's still something I think about, but I'm just not sure yet. You
like the laid back, like
I like the laid back vibe in LA. It's like
and the weather, man.
Weather,
no snow or wind or anything.
And the weed too. The weed
yeah, hell yeah. Can't get that in New York. Yeah. Well, legally, anyways.
You get the sour diesel in New York. That's it.
So, when you got to LA, what type of work were you? I mean, I'm sure you jumped in immediately to working. Obviously, like what kind of work were you doing right away, and who were some of like your first connects that were like kind of memorable?
Let's see. So when I first came out here, I was just doing some test shoots with models that I like had met throughout the years. Like some models that were from Virginia or in LA, I would shoot with them, and then I would just meet their friends, and then I ended up.
It was just like a domino effect.
Yeah, it was like a domino effect, and then at one point I got hit up by Complex to shoot Childish Gambino.
Yeah,
that's that picture up there. But I guess you can put it in later or something.
Yeah.
That was his first magazine cover, and that was my first Complex cover. So he hit me up. Complex hit me up and were like, "Hey, Donald said that he wanted you to shoot his cover," and I was
wow.
Okay, sure. So then I shot his cover, and we became tight after that. I went on tour with them. Did some other stuff with them, and met a lot of other people through that.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
And that's cool they like signed it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I gotta ask also, man, what's a typical day like for you?
Typical day.
When you're not like traveling and you're like at home.
It depends. Like if I'm doing a shoot, like I'll have a shoot. I'll wake up, grab some food, end up doing a shoot, coming back, editing. It's pretty like, it sounds boring, but there's some fun days.
Oh yeah.
Or like when I was on tour, that was always something different every day. It was a surprise. It was fun.
Yeah.
So anyone ever gets a chance to like the opportunity to go on tour with like an artist or anybody, like definitely do it.
Yeah. You get to see like everything.
You meet so many people, like
the connections just like start adding up. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Do you shoot every day, or are there just some days where you're just like
there's some days I just try to edit and catch up.
Yeah.
But if I can, I try to shoot every day I can.
Yeah, just to get it going.
Because I feel like you feel like almost like a drug addict. Like it's like you miss it. It's like when I get my next fix, like you really want to go out and shoot and stuff like that. Like it just it's crazy.
So speaking of the shooting every day and having your camera with you and stuff, are you an always have your camera on you kind of person, or are you the type of person that you're able to just like pick and choose when you have it? When I've been starting
to carry it around with me a little bit more, or if I carry around a camera, at least have a point and shoot or something.
Yeah,
on
absolutely.
Me at some point.
Yeah. Because it's always hard to just like carry around.
Yeah, because you never know. Big. Like especially in LA, you might bump into somebody you don't.
Yeah.
When you walk down the street and you see like Diddy or somebody, and be like, "Yo, can I get a portrait of you?" And that's something you can add to your portfolio at that point. So
that's awesome. Yeah. Do you run into like a lot of like famous people or well-known people?
Not in public, but like if I go to an event or something.
Event, absolutely, yeah.
Definitely, if I go to an event, I'll definitely see somebody, and you kind of try to network with those people, and like, I work with this person, you're friends with them, like we should definitely do something. So
yeah,
networking is key.
It's key, especially if you like have the in at like an event or something, and people are just gonna be there.
Yeah,
that's cool, dude. So back on the topic of photography, how do you choose who you want to shoot with? Is there like something specific about a model that you look for, or do people? Or do you if someone's like highly recommended or something? There's got to be something that catches your eye.
I would say they just have to have a unique look, and then unique look, clean skin, and a positive attitude.
Yeah.
Because like you would hate to work with shitty people. Like,
oh, I know.
I wouldn't want to work with someone that's like a
yeah, because then they're like automatically like tied to you or whatever, or not tied to you, but like associated. Like
after
you've shot them,
and it gives the shoot a bad vibe, and it's just like you're like eager for it to be over at that point. You're like, I'm not feeling it. Like, let's just get this over with. But if they have a good positive energy, you're like, you don't want the shoot to end. You want to keep shooting.
Yeah, exactly. So. And then you also said like the good skin's is something too.
Good skin. Yeah, models have to have good skin. They have bad skin, then it sucks for me at retouching. I'll spend hours trying to.
Tool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet you that's not fun at all.
Nah.
And now, do you ever come into a situation where you would like hire somebody to like style the model, or do you let them pick someone, or do they just wear whatever they want? Like, how does that work?
If it's a test shoot, usually I just tell them to bring some clothes, and
and you just tell them
I'll tell them what to wear. Yeah. Yeah. So like probably like 90% of the stuff you probably see my work, I've probably styled it.
Oh, okay.
But sometimes I'll have a stylist on set.
Yeah. That's awesome that you have the that you could do that.
Yeah, you can kind of see like you get like an idea of a feel of the shoot you want to do. You're like, okay.
And you just have that vision, and you just have to make
you have
sure
the vision in
your
head,
there.
And you've seen stuff in the past from like. Maybe you saw something from this photographer from a magazine and then this photographer, and then you kind of like merge them and like do your own thing. Yeah. So it's usually like how it works.
Yeah. So. Have you ever like collaborated with any like stores or clothing brands for like specific shoots that you can like dress your models in or anything like to that nature?
Yeah, I think I have in the past. I can't think of anyone off the top of my head, but yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've had brands reach out to me and like give me clothes for shoots and stuff like that. But yeah, if any photographers are watching, whatever. Definitely if you have the connection to a stylist, definitely
that goes a long way, because you can't always rely on the model to have the sense of style that you're
because the stylists have like go to showrooms and pull like they can go pull something from like Yves Saint Laurent, or they can pull something Gucci, and it's like stuff that is about to come out that hasn't come out yet.
Right.
So like,
and that could just like have such a big impact.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, you don't know how it's gonna go. It could go viral. You never know. Yeah,
absolutely, man. So. Do you work with an agency at all for those that don't know, like, or do you work with the agencies at all, like
as far as like
finding models or finding work or anything like that at all?
Yeah, sometimes I'll hit up the agencies in LA, or when I travel to different cities. If I go to New York, I'll hit some agencies up to get some models. But usually like social media has been so good, like it's easy to reach out to models now.
Right? Yeah, you could just message them and stuff like that.
DM, or people DM me or email me. It's just. Yeah, it's been so convenient, because without it, it's just like it's hard to see people's work. It's just so easy. Yeah. You can be sitting on your couch and just like, oh, she's cool, let me hit her up. Yeah, and then like tomorrow you have a shoot with them. So like it's that easy.
What's your main source of getting like talent for the people to shoot and stuff? Is it just like through DMs, or like through people, or just like depends? I'm sure.
Yeah, it depends, but I definitely say like Instagrams are super big on it. Because I can just sit there when I'm bored and just find models and like just hit them up. Yeah. But yeah, I'd probably say social media definitely.
Yeah, and you also do like tours where you'll be in like certain cities and you
when I'm on tour, like I'll hit up models like before I get to that stop, so like maybe like a few weeks ahead of time, so I can set up shoots. Because otherwise, those models, I'm like, hey, when you come to LA, they're like, I don't know, maybe next year. And I'm like, oh, I'm on tour, so I'll be there next week.
And then it just like aligns itself.
Yeah, it's perfect.
That's cool, man. So. And just like I know it varies, so this is like not like the best question, but typically when you like meet up with the model like while on tour and you like schedule a shoot, what's the typical length for like a shoot? Just your standard old like shoot, like just a regular shoot?
I'd probably say like 2 hours or so.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool.
Try to like make it pretty quick.
And what's the like lucky number that you try to do for like that specific city when you're in or whatever?
Like as far as how many models I shoot with?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Probably like maybe 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You want to just keep it.
I want to be focused and not like a chicken with my head.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm 30 minutes late to the next shoot. I gotta go. Like,
because it never aligns when you do stuff like that. It's tough. Yeah, so, if stuff comes up with like setting up, I'm sure, and traffic and all that jazz.
Yeah, models show up late, or you just don't
you never know. So something that recently just happened. You just shot the cover, the new album cover for Towkio's new album, WWW.
Oh yeah, Tokyo.
Yeah, Tokyo. Tell us. I really butchered that. Tell us about that and how it came about. The location was like super cool.
So these ancient All right, so it all came about. I'm friends with Tokyo. I met him through chance. He's from Chicago. He hit me up. He was like, "Hey, I need to shoot my album cover. Do you want to shoot it?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." I was like, "Where do you want to shoot it?" He was like, "Let's go to Mexico." And I was like,
wow.
"All right, let's go." He's like, "We're gonna go tomorrow." And I was like, "We're going tomorrow?" He's like, "Yeah." So we hop on a flight at like 5 a.m. We get to Mexico a few hours later. He has family there, so we just met up with some of his family, and like they took us around because they know Spanish and stuff. Ended up going to these ancient pyramids, the Sun and the Moon pyramids, and it's like outside of Mexico City.
Yeah.
End up shooting there. Well, end up trying to shoot there. Cops stopped us, and all the cops there kept asking for money. They're like, "Yeah, you can shoot here if you pay us."
It's like corrupt, like
it's
that.
It's very. All they want is money.
Wow.
Which I mean, I get it. Like they see someone that's not from their city.
They're gonna take advantage.
Of it. Like, oh, you want to take pictures here? Yeah, you're gonna have to pay me. So we ended up pay one cop to get in, and then we get to the pyramids, and another cop's there, and he's like, "You can't shoot." I pay another cop.
Oh my god.
So we ended up paying these people, and then we ended up shooting, and got some dope images from it.
For something like, yeah, dude, loved it.
Oh, and then on top of this is the craziest thing is we left 2 hours before the biggest earthquake that Mexico's ever had.
Oh gosh, dude,
yeah,
that's
2 hours
crazy.
before. And if we missed our flight, we would have been stuck in that earthquake. It was crazy.
That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
How many shots did you take for did you take for that specific one?
I think we shot for like an hour and a half.
Okay. And then how many like actual photos did you get? Like that you were able to shoot from?
I think I shot it. You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
I actually shot that photo. Is actually I shot on my iPhone.
No way.
Yeah, I swear on my life. Yeah, because we were talking about trying to get like a deal.
And
with
like they're
Apple.
So like I think they're so like, oh yeah, you could potentially.
Yeah, but we shot a bunch of stuff on film. I shot stuff digital on film.
But that one shot,
the shot that he really wanted, he was like, "Yo, I really fuck with this picture. Even though you shot on your iPhone, let's use it." And I was like, "It's your cover, it's your album. If you want to do it, let's do it."
Dude, isn't that insane? Like, wow.
So it just goes to show you, like, it's not about the equipment. It's about
the eye.
It's about the eye and like the lighting and stuff like that. So it worked out.
Yeah, dude, you nailed it. The location and everything was super cool. So, so you also do your whole thing with like the shoot merchandise that you have with all your stuff. When did you start doing those, and what kind of stuff have you done over the course of when you started doing all that? I'm sure it's a lot to name, but just like
I've done like disposable cameras. We did like stickers, did like shirts and hoodies. I just recently released some backpacks, and then I got a bunch of other stuff that's coming out that you guys will see.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. Speaking of that, you just collaborated with Private Label to release your own bag.
Yeah, we did the
camera
bag.
Yeah. Congrats on that, dude.
Yeah, those are the homies.
Yeah, man. So, and you said that I read that you were saying that the process took like 8 to 9 months to complete. Can you give us like the details behind like the whole project and how like it, how it all worked out with working with them?
I didn't really know how detailed things were until like how much was involved in like making merch like that. So like I designed the backpack. I was like, I like this backpack, but I like these features of this backpack.
And it was kind of like a hybrid.
It was like a hybrid. And then we started drawing things out and designing it. They have their team of people that like help design it. And then they did one sample. They sent it off to the factory. Factory sent it back to us. I was like, nah, let's change this.
Oh wow.
I sent it back to the factory. Factory did some changes, started back to us, and I was like, still not right.
Yeah.
So it's just like a back and forth thing.
Yeah.
So it literally
so you
took
had like complete
months.
Creative direction.
Yeah, it just took so long for like the back and forth to get it right.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then so I'd say about like 8-9 months.
That's cool, man. And they're like super limited and everything too.
Yeah. We ran like 100, and then I have some more stuff that we're gonna release soon.
That's cool, dude. And the bag features vegan suede, which is super cool, I think.
Yeah.
You must be like a really big animal lover.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Yeah. And then do you have any like of your own like pets?
Yeah, I have a little dog. You probably heard him. If you barked in the microphone at some point.
And you're not vegan, are you, or no?
No.
Oh, okay. You just animal lover.
I like animals. I try not to eat mean if I don't have to, but
yeah, it's so good.
it is good.
So you just got done working with Snoop Dogg. Tell us about that.
Snoop is really cool. It's the second time I work with him. I worked with him the first time last year on a campaign shoot for Tanqueray, and I actually got the model for it. He
cool.
had referred them my name to model for the Tanqueray 10, which is like, it was like 9 other people. I think it was Ty Dolla $ign was one of the people.
Oh, cool.
And then there's a few other celebrity like people and like some other influencers and stuff were on board. And then this past year, a few months ago, I got to shoot him for the Tanqueray campaign. So I actually got to work with him like next to him. It was really cool.
That's cool, man.
And he was high the whole time.
Yeah, so. I was just gonna ask that. Do you make like a joke about the contact high?
yeah. We there was one set that we had to shoot. It was like this like lodge area. It was like a small little lodge area, and we had like 10 people in this small little room. And he was just smoking blunt after blunt after blunt, and the room was just filling with smoke. Yeah, the room was just filling with smoke, and we had to like keep the door closed because they were shooting audio too. So like,
oh wow,
everyone was just like, I'm kind of feeling this.
Where did this go down in, like city wise?
The shoot?
Yeah,
it was in LA.
Oh, okay, cool, cool. So speaking of another artist that you've worked with, you've done work with Pusha T, who's a Virginia Beach native. How and when did you guys meet?
I met Pusha through his brother Gene.
Oh, okay.
So when the Clips was still together, Malice and Pusha T, Malice, a good friend of mine, he's from Virginia Beach, and introduced me to him, and then a few other friends. One of my homies, Shahan, he's from Virginia Beach. He does like video stuff. I was on set for the Open Your Eyes video and helped on that. So I met Pusha then, and then he's friends with a bunch of guys that I'm friends with at work at Adidas.
Oh,
too,
cool.
So,
and you recently just did like you recently shot like a collaboration that you did with Adidas, right? Like recently?
Yeah, I shot a few things.
Oh, okay, cool. That's awesome, man. So speaking of Adidas, you're like really big sneaker guy, most notably like Yeezys.
Yeah.
What's been your favorite Yeezy sneaker to date?
Honestly, like the newest ones that just came out, the semi-frozen yellows.
Oh, dude, those are sick.
Yeah, I have a pair downstairs.
Those are like the ones you're wearing. I've seen on your Snapchat.
Yeah, those are like, I really fuck with that colorway, and it's not the colorway; it's like the gum sole. It's like,
oh yeah,
it's like
dude, those are like hard to get, man.
Yeah, it's the most limited one.
Yeah. I struck out on that. So speaking of Adidas, do you have like some sort of relationship with like Kanye West, right? Like you've seen him a couple times.
I met him a few times through chance.
Yeah.
I've never like personally sat down one-on-one and talked to Kanye before, but like I met him through chance a few times.
Yeah.
And I know some people on his team.
Oh,
like,
okay.
I know some people at Adidas that work directly with them, and then I know his manager. So I know people that know him, but I don't know him personally.
Yeah, because I saw that photo you had of him and Chance on there, and I was like, that's super cool.
Yeah.
He's and they've got like that really good relationship.
Oh,
With this whole Chicago thing and everything.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, man. So you've been recently been shooting for Playboy a lot recently. How did you get connected with them?
What's crazy is that I reached out to them a while ago, and then they were like, yeah, we'll use you for something later on down the future, blah, blah, blah. And then the day that Hef had passed away, they like released the news he passed away. They sent me a DM on Instagram like that night. And I was like, why are they DMing me? And they were like, hey, can you come to the office the first thing on Monday morning and like talk to us about doing some stuff together? So then I went to the office and met them, and then like we set some shoots up, and then just been shooting with them.
Wow, that's cool, dude.
Super nice.
How often do you get like work from them or whatever?
Honestly, I've been shooting stuff like every other week.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those situations where they're like, we want you to shoot this model, and you shoot the model, or have you ever like
I'll bring models to them too. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like if I find a model that I think is good for a project, I'll just be like, this model is really good, what do you guys think? And
right.
they're like yay or nay.
Yeah.
Definitely, or they're like not sure.
Do you kind of have like a sense of idea like what kind of girls they look for?
Oh, definitely.
I'm sure now you do. Yeah,
definitely. They like the girl next door type look, the natural pretty stuff that makes people question like, who is this girl?
Yeah,
like,
I've never seen her before.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's cool. Have you done any? I'm not familiar with what you've done with them, but have you done any like covers for them, or is it just like spreads?
No, it's just the stuff that I'm shooting is about to come out. So the stuff I've been shooting was before they've gone back to shooting just strictly nude stuff now. So okay. As of January 1st, they started shooting nude stuff. So stuff I shot before January 1st is going to be coming out now.
Oh, okay. So. What was I going to say? You said that they went back to shooting full nude. What were they doing for? So
they're originally from people know Playboy from shooting nude.
Yeah.
And then a point, I don't know if it was Hefta decided to do it or if it was his son or who it was. Yeah. But somebody had decided they wanted to open the doors to people that didn't want to shoot nude. So it opened the doors for like celebrities that wanted to work with Playboy, but they're like, I want to do something sexy, but I don't want to be naked.
Right. Exactly.
So then it made their audience way bigger. Mm-hmm. But then now they decided
to go back to the original,
go back to shooting nude. So
yeah, cool, man. So, what was I gonna say? Obviously, you shoot a good amount of models being naked. What's your thoughts on like censorship?
I think it's not even a big deal. It's like everybody's seen somebody naked before. Like you can go look in the mirror and you see yourself naked. Like you're not surprised when you see yourself naked.
Exactly.
Or when you go see your
it's
girlfriend.
It's funny that they'll like show all the boobs, and then they'll cover the nipples. It's
yeah.
Like, what do you, like?
I mean, I think that it's one of those things that like we definitely need to get over at some point. Like in other countries, like it's not even a big deal. Like you go to Europe,
not at all.
That's just not a big deal. Like cool boobs, like they don't give a fuck.
It's crazy what like this country is like sensitive to so much stuff, and it's like you go like outside of here to like different countries, and you're just like, whoa, like.
Yeah, like all magazines you see in TV shows and stuff, like they don't give a fuck. Like,
yeah.
It doesn't bother me. Like, I'm just not. It doesn't even faze me anymore. Yeah.
Have you ever gotten like in trouble by any other social media pages for posting anything that's? I mean, I know you cover this stuff up, but still, like sometimes.
Oh yeah, like back in the day, like, I would post stuff on Instagram, and that shit would get flagged by whoever and reported, taken down, and I had my account deleted like 2 or 3 times.
Wow, that sucks.
And I end up getting it back. Just hitting up people like, oh, you know someone on Instagram? Like, yeah. Hitting this person up on Facebook, and then they're like, yeah, let me restore your account. So that shit like it's happened like 3 times.
I bet that sucks. Yeah. It's probably scary too, because it's like,
because you're like, do I get it back? Like I've had my account for years. And I have to start over. Like, so it's kind of stressful.
So, dude, I remember we just talked about. You just had mentioned like the Complex cover for Childish Gambino. So you shot for him for Complex, obviously. On your Instagram, I know you mentioned that you were like super nervous for that shoot. Can you tell us like about that moment in your life and what you learned from that? It was 4 years ago, which is crazy.
Yeah, I went into the shoot not even knowing like how it was gonna turn out. Like super nervous, like. It's like, first of all, they're like, okay, you're going to shoot. This is my first, like, I think this was my first cover. It was my first, like, major cover. I've shot some covers for, like, small little magazines here and there. But, like, they're like, okay, this is for a cover shoot.
And he had, like, asked for you, too.
This is, like, a celebrity. He asked for me. I'm like, fuck. I fucked this up. Like, this is the end of me.
Yeah.
So, he was super cool, and we vibed and everything like that. And then I just, like, trusted my gut instinct, and I was like, just treat this just like any other shoot you've done. Like, don't stress it.
You got this, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I got this. So, like, I just started shooting, showing him images and, like, showing, like, the creative team at Complex images. And, like, everyone liked it. And then the final stuff came out really cool.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I actually seen other big brands using the same, this shoot.
like it's, like, influence other things.
Yeah, I think I saw Guess do it. It was a Guess. I think it was Calvin Klein. I'm sorry. Calvin Klein did a shoot. The exact same location, the model sitting on the edge like that, and then they named their title. That title and that one was On the Edge, and then they named their title Life on the Edge. I'm like, you literally shot the same location, the same pose, and then you use the same title. Like, you clearly stole the shit.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to see that like these major brands are seeing the shit that I'm shooting.
Yeah, man. But that's awesome, and you're just like starting, trends and.
Yeah,
and all that stuff. That's super rad. So speaking of Complex, dude, I for the people that don't know, can you tell us like what other covers you shot for them?
So through Donald, I ended up shooting. He's friends with Janae.
Yeah.
I think Janae obviously saw the cover, and then she ended up asking me to shoot her cover for Complex, going to Jamaica with her. So I went to Jamaica for like a week and shot with Janae in Jamaica, which was amazing. And then after that, ended up shooting Chance's cover in Chicago, which was like It was a few months ago. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
We did that a few months ago.
Oh, I didn't know that was so recent. That's awesome.
It was 2017.
Oh, so. Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. That's a good, like, really good lineup.
Yeah.
Super cool.
And it's cool because they're like all people that I really like enjoy like their music and stuff like that.
Right. So I'm shamelessly not like super familiar with Complex. So like when you shoot their cover, do they have like an inside like feature that you shoot as well, or how does that?
Oh yeah, you shoot the cover and then you shoot like there'll be like a full spread inside. And everything.
Okay, cool. So, that's all. I'm sure that was like super fun with that list of like people.
Yeah. It's super. They're super chill. I like the whole team there. Gina and Brent and Noah and like all those people.
Yeah,
super nice.
They've got like a super cool thing going on with them, and they're like doing the whole like YouTube thing now, or like videos and stuff.
Yeah,
and shows
it's definitely evolved, and it's like they're definitely not like one of those magazines that are just like here for a year or two and
they're
gone.
Thinking about like longevity.
Definitely. And they've been around for a while, and like a lot of magazines are like trying to
do the same thing. So speaking of like your editorial work, and what's been your most like memorable piece of work?
I don't know, honestly. That's a good question. I'm not sure. I try to like make the best of every shoot. Like I don't treat any shoot less than anything else. So if I shoot like a celebrity or something, like I'd treat that the same as I'm shooting like a test shoot with a model. So
cool, man.
Yeah.
So you've gotten super close with Chance the Rapper. Tell us like how you guys met, and like what does your friendship mean to you, or what does his friendship mean to you?
Chance is a good friend. He's super down to earth. Like I feel like you meet people and you can tell if they're just like they just want you to do some work with them, but he's just like a super good friend. He's just like a genuine person. And if he ever asked me for anything, I would make sure I get it done. Like I don't want money from him. Like it's nothing like that.
So he's like a true like friend.
Like, yo, shoot this. Can you shoot this for me? Like no question, I would do it. He's like,
awesome.
I need you here tomorrow. Like I'm there.
I'm packing my bags and going.
But touring with him was amazing. I met a lot of people. Everyone that I went on tour with, his whole band and like his best friends, they come on tour, his management. They're all just like, it's
like a family.
They're literally like family.
Literally, yeah. Dude, and him live is like such a great experience.
Yeah, he's honestly, I don't want to feel like say I'm like biased, but like he is probably top 5 performers, like best performers live.
Wow.
Him, Donald is really good. Kanye, obviously.
Kanye is just like an experience, man.
And then I'd never seen Michael Jackson live, but I'm sure it's
out there. Yeah,
incredible. But yeah, they're just amazing performers live.
That's awesome, and that's cool that you've gotten like a chance to like meet, his family, his crew.
Yeah. Everyone, his whole family is like I went with Chance. We went to Disney together.
Oh,
like,
cool.
Him,
it was just like a pleasure. Just
him, his mom, his dad, his girlfriend, his daughter, like everyone.
That's awesome. What was that like? Was he getting like stopped by a bunch of people and stuff?
Yeah, it's like he wants to enjoy it. He wants to be with like just enjoy it with his daughter and like spend family time.
It wasn't possible.
But we made it possible. Like, he has security that makes sure
cool.
no pictures.
Yeah.
Like he respects like you're a fan and you're like he really respects that. But let him have his family time and stuff like that. So
man's got to go to Disney World and enjoy it. Yeah. That's cool. Damn, I'm jealous, dude. I haven't gone to Disney World as like an adult.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Right, it's definitely fun.
There's like a lot of new things going on. And
you get like the royal treatment.
Yeah. Did you guys get like that like thing where you could like skip all the lines or whatever? Yeah.
Because
they don't tell you
the
about
only
that.
the only reason is like obviously because who he is, but like also it's like he can't. I'm sure he wouldn't mind being a regular person and standing in line, but he can't do that because if he just stood in line, he would have 1,000 people standing there taking pictures of him while he's just standing there.
Yeah,
so,
and you don't want that.
Nah.
Not at all.
So that didn't happen. We just cut the line. We've been on our way.
That's awesome, man. So you do quite a bit of traveling, obviously through work, and I'm sure with for personal stuff. What's been your favorite? What are your favorite places to go and like just either shoot or just vacation or whatever?
Favorite places? I really like Jamaica. I want to go back to Jamaica.
Oh yeah.
Food was amazing. Weather was amazing. People are super nice. I went to Italy recently. Italy was dope. I went to the Amalfi Coast.
Oh, cool.
I and Ravello. That was super nice. It was beautiful there.
Did work bring you to most of these places, or were any of these just like, pleasure?
It's I usually try not to mix work with like vacation, but
right.
Some point,
sometimes you could just stick around and just
shooting something like. Because if I go there for like vacation and end up leaving, and all I did was vacation stuff, I'm like, damn, I should have like utilized it and like took some photos there. So
right.
Yeah.
Have you ever done anything? Have you ever been on like a vacation and done like a spontaneous or random shoot that just like came up because you were at the right place at the right time? Or you just find out that there's like a model there and you're just like, okay, yeah, we'll shoot. Or is it just like vacation and like don't bother me sort of deal?
I would say like the only thing I can think of that's similar to that is like me going like popping into like a studio session with a friend.
Okay.
And then like another artist showing up.
Gotcha.
And then I end up shooting some stuff with that artist. Yeah. And like I didn't know this artist was even showing up, but I got some cool photos of him. So
have you ever been in a situation where that has happened, but like you didn't have your camera and you're just like, well, I guess you always have your phone. Right?
I make sure I have my camera. I mean, I'm just saying, yeah. There may have been like out and about, like just doing some shit.
Oh yeah, like, yeah.
I didn't have my camera on me, but like usually if I go to like the studio or something, with like an artist, I'll make sure I got my camera.
Yeah,
with me.
That's cool, man. Yeah. So you just recently got back from Miami, I think yesterday, right?
Yeah.
How was that? Like, what did you get into?
Miami was cool. I like going to Miami. I could never live there, but it's cool. I think I did like 3 or 4 shoots there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
They were just like planned, just like...
Yeah, just like, hey, I'm coming to Miami. It was a shoot. Yeah. People would hit me up to shoot. And then I just like kind of pick who I want to work with.
Right.
Because I can't work with everybody.
That's cool that you could do that.
Yeah, you got to be selective. Because like if you just start shooting with anybody, it kind of brings your worth down.
Right, yeah.
Like, I don't want to say that I'm like on Kanye level, but like you don't see Kanye like, yo, Kanye, you gotta hop on this track for me. Like you don't see him just hopping on anyone's track.
He's super selective.
You gotta be like that. You gotta pick who you wanna work with, because it just betters your brand.
Right, so, exactly. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Yeah. So you're really big into like doing giveaways on your social media pages. What sort of things have you given away, and how important do you feel like fan interaction is to your brand?
So I think back in the day, like when I was first on Instagram, I was like trying to do this giveaway thing. I saw people doing it. I was like, how do people do these giveaways? Yeah. I ended up giving away, I think I gave away an iPad once.
Whoa.
And I was like,
was that like on your own dime?
That was my own money, yeah.
Oh,
my own money. I was like, maybe it'll really help my following. I mean, I got like a couple thousand followers from doing it. Yeah. But like at the end of the day, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, damn, I just dropped like a couple $100 to some random person I don't even know, like for some followers. Like, but yeah, now I just give away like
the stuff that you make and stuff. Right?
So stuff, my own stuff, not just some, So it's cool. Like if I give it away, it's like it's still coming back to me because it's like my product is out there.
And for those that aren't familiar with your giveaways, can you explain like how you do it? Like, does somebody have to share a photo?
No,
like,
I don't.
It's random.
I don't even make it like that. I literally make it like as genuine and as easy as possible. I'm like, yo, just comment on this photo. The first 50 comments or first 100 comments, you send me your address, I'll send you some shit. Like it's not like you got to post this on your page.
Dude,
you got to do this.
Awesome.
Just send me this comment and like my shit, and I'll just send you some stuff.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's super cool.
Yeah.
And then lastly, as part of that question, how important do you feel that like fan interaction is to your brand? Like
it's super important.
Yeah.
Like if you
can't just like not talk to them. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be like if you're humble and like super nice to people, then people will be the same to you. Like, I feel like that's been the way for me. So, like when people are like, "Oh, yo, can I get a picture with you?" I'm like, "Of course."
Yeah,
like,
of course.
I'm not gonna be like, "No pictures." Like, I'm not on that level to do that.
Yeah.
But those people that are on that level, I get it because they get it all the time. And at some point, they have to say no because they won't get anywhere. If they're trying to go to the store and they get stopped by 50 people, they'll never get to the store.
Right. Yeah.
So, but it's super important to be be cool and humble, like to the people that like support your work.
Absolutely.
Because without them, you're nobody.
Absolutely. Yeah. So. That's like a big part of your brand.
Yeah.
So you've traveled all over hosting photography and modeling workshops. Tell us more about that. Like, what can someone expect to learn at one of your classes?
So the workshops I try to teach like how the procedures on the way I do things, the way I do things and how I do them and why I do them. It may not be like the correct way, but it's the way that I do it and what works for me, and like it'll work for you if you do it this way.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, I'll teach like shooting, like how the way I shoot, like finding models, how to interact with models.
Wow.
Teaching models like how to pose. Like I'll do some retouching stuff. Working with like agencies, working with like magazines, like submitting to magazines. So I try to like cover.
So you touch like everything.
I try to touch base on everything, and like even I'll touch base on things like if I have a whole outline for a workshop, I'll literally ask the class, I'm like, is there something that I don't have in this outline that you want to learn? I'll literally
dude, that's awesome. And how big are these classes of
I
keep them
small. I keep them like 12 to 15 people.
Dude, that's awesome.
Because that way I'm like one-on-one with everybody at that point.
Dude, and like I'm such an advocate for like learning, and like I just learn better when somebody's like hands-on teaching me it. Like I can't I don't know how you are, but I'm just like really bad at learning things like, oh, go learn this on your own, or go listen to someone. Someone has to physically be like, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
So like something like a workshop like that is like huge that you like even offer that.
Because I've had people ask me like they could be in another country. I've had people like flying from other countries to come to the workshop, like people from Spain, people from Germany, people from like, you know, Mexico, whatever. Like they'll fly in for the workshop because they're like, oh, I want to see LA anyway.
Yeah,
and this
absolutely.
is a really good opportunity. I get to work with this photographer that I want to, like, I follow. These amazing models in this amazing location, and this is stuff I add to my portfolio. So they're like, why not make a trip out of it?
Yeah.
But then also have those people that are like super far away that want to come to the workshop. They might be in like Japan or some shit, and they're like, I really can't make it. Like it's too expensive for me to come out there. And they're like, will you do an online video? But I would like to, but I don't, because people will just like they'll just steal it and then they'll share it with everybody.
Yeah.
It's not the same. It's like hands-on is like the way to be. Like watching online, you're not really learning, but you're not.
Yeah, and that's cool that you're not like selling yourself short on that, because it's like you're offering that class and somebody's paying to be there, so you don't want to like short them out and have somebody just go on YouTube and find the class.
And it's not even about the money. It's like, because if that was the case, I'd be like, sure, send me this much money and I'll send you the video, like, and be whatever. Yeah, I just want it to be like, I want people to learn it and be hands on, and I actually like make sure they get what they want.
So another thing too that I was wondering is how are your classes structured? Do you have like, does everybody bring their camera and then you have a model and they shoot it, or like how does it work, or are they just on the computer learning with you, or how, tell us about that?
Well, the first part of the workshops, it'll be like an hour or so talk, where I just go over stuff on like the outline that I have, talk, answer questions, and then we end up driving to the location with the models. I usually bring like 3 or 4 models. We end up shooting for a few hours until sunset, and then when sunset's done, we go back to the LA, usually like in studio, and then we'll end up doing some retouching stuff.
So it's like
it's a full day.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, like morning. It's like probably like a full 12-hour day.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
And how many of these have you done since you've been doing them?
I've probably done like 40 or 50 of them.
Whoa. Yeah. So that's like, is it like
over the past few years? Yeah.
Is it something you do like often then? Yeah.
Yeah, I probably do it every 2 or 3 months. Wow. Probably every 3 months.
And do you cover the same curriculum every time, and it's new people, or is it always just like new things?
It's usually the same. Usually, generally the same outline.
Yeah.
Different models, different locations.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
somebody can essentially be taking it again, but they're like getting another piece out of it.
Yeah. So if they take it, I've had people take the workshop 4 or 5 times, like, and they always say something different. They're like, okay, now I'm getting like, I know what you're gonna teach, but I'm gonna work with a different model now, a different location, and it's like it's cool because if they take the 2-day workshop, they end up shooting both days different models. So you shoot 3 models on Saturday and 3 models on Sunday. That's 6 different models. Wow. And then you can spread that stuff out for months at a time on your portfolio. So it looks like you've been shooting
constantly.
Like, constantly. So like it's a win-win for you. Like,
yeah. That's awesome that you have it like set up that way, man.
And they're like agency models, so it's not like you have to go pay these models. Like, I'm paying the models to be there. Yeah. You're shooting with them when you probably wouldn't have the chance to. So that's a benefit
for them.
Yeah.
As well.
You just boosted your portfolio up here because you may have been shooting with just like friends that look like models, but now you're actually working with real models. Right. So it just boosts your portfolio up.
Yeah.
So.
That's such a dude. I feels like somebody would be like dumb not to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So dude, I have to bring this up. So we met many years ago through cars. How did you first get in the cars?
I've been to cars for a minute.
Yeah.
I've had some good and bad times with cars. But yeah, how did I get into it? So yeah, just in high school, you know, your friends, like you get your friend gets their first car. You're like, damn, you're kind of jealous. Like, oh, they got a Honda Civic, whatever. You're like, so your first car, you ask for the same shit. Like you ask for a Honda, whatever, so you can start modding it. So my first car was a 93 Honda Civic. My dad got for me. He paid $200 for it. It didn't run.
Oh, wow.
Which was the car that you guys know of.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it didn't run. It had like a blown head gasket. Interior was all shit. My dad got for $200, and it was a 5-speed. And I was like, yo, I can't drive this shit. I don't want to drive 5-speed. He's like, once we fix it, he's like, you better learn, because if not, you're not going to drive. So he ended up putting me on this hill near my house and having to like go up the hill and shit.
Oh, dude, that's always like the hardest part about learning stick is the hills.
So once I got the hang of it, like I ended up sticking with cars and like getting addicted to it, and just like couldn't get enough of it, more and more.
Yeah. That's such a good story. Tell everyone about your Civic build. That thing was gnarly.
So the Civic build, that was the same Civic that I got from my dad that he spent $200 on, which I ended up dropping like $30,000 on. I don't know, like we were talking, your brother were talking, like I lost count on how much money I spent on it. But
dude, that thing was like fully done up.
Yeah, I put a lot of money and time into it. And then I went to college. The second week I was in college, the car got stolen in Orlando, Florida. And there's like some videos on YouTube. You can probably see some stuff. And then ended up getting the car back from the police, and it was completely stripped. Engine was gone, interior was gone. My parents came to Florida, picked up the car on a dolly, took it back to Virginia, put it in the garage. So when I got out of when I was still in school, I was buying parts up when I had extra money, send the parts to Virginia back home. They would just pop in the garage. So when I got back home, after school, I would just start working day and night, waking up right in the garage until like I would go to sleep, just working on the car, and then finally got it back to how I wanted it to be like months later. And then you know, street racing and all that stuff. I know at one point I got in trouble street racing with this other kid that was lived down the street from me, and we got caught street racing. And
did you get a ticket? You got a ticket?
I got a crazy ticket. So what happened is like
Virginia reckless ticket?
Yeah. So what happens, like, you know, like the car meets and stuff. So everyone goes to these car meets. There's like, you know, a few hundred cars out there, and then like someone's like, oh, I'm gonna race, and I'm like, all right, I want to race this dude. And then like you have like 10 races lined up. We all go on the highway. We have like spotters that go out like a mile out to make sure no cops are sitting out there. And then we have like walkie-talkies and shit. And then there's the cars behind us would stop the traffic, so people would complete stop on the highway. We'd be racing. I think we were like maybe like 5 races in, and then me and this other kid, Blake, we ended up racing. I think he had like a 3-something ZX, 300 ZX or something that he had done shit to, and I had my Civic. And we were racing, and then all of a sudden we see like a cop fly up on the shoulder.
State trooper or regular trooper?
Oh, state trooper.
Oh, jeez.
Pull up on the shoulder behind us, flashing lights, and we kept going. We're like, damn, should we stop? Fuck, we don't know. And then we saw helicopters and shit.
Oh yeah, you gotta stop.
So then we had to stop at that point, and then we both got street racing tickets and went to court for it. But
you had to get like a lawyer and all that jazz.
I couldn't afford a lawyer. He had a lawyer. The lawyer let him. He got him off. So when he got off, I had to get off because you can't drive your race law self.
Exactly, yeah.
So I got lucky on that one.
Wow.
And then fast forward a few months later, I think I was going 140 in a 55 mile an hour zone, and a fucking county deputy. I was in Amelia County, like out in the country, because I was like, there's no
right.
cops
Yeah,
around.
you're like, I'm just gonna go.
All I see is like a house here, a half a mile, another house there, some cows. I was on like 140 on this like road. Cop was sitting in the driveway, pulled me over, and then ended up going to jail for like a week because of that shit. And it was like,
wow, week, dude?
A week in jail.
That must have not been fun at all.
Because I went to court, and the cop was like, and the judge was like, he was like, you're gonna get, he was like, you're just gonna get some community service. And the district attorney was like, Judge, I think that he needs to learn his lesson.
Let's make an example of him.
Yeah, exactly what he said. We make an example of him. He's like, it's not okay. He's like, you can't let them know this is okay. So then I started a week in jail, and that shit was shitty. But
man. So dude, super throwback East Coast Honda Day or Honda Meet. Tell us about that, man. Like I know we met many years ago through that when you were putting that on. But yeah, just like tell everybody about that.
Yeah, so the Honda event, I was big into Hondas, obviously. Like you can, put money into cars, and like it was like my life at the time. I was like, I see all these car meets. I was like, why don't we just do one just for Honda? So I created this event just for Hondas and Acuras and like, you know, other cars would come out there too. But it ran from 2008 to about 2016 or so, 2016. And it was fun. Like, you know, from like the start, every year it'd be like, the first year I think we had like, I'll probably say like 100 cars or something, or 200 cars. And then like the second year, it kept gradually going up, like hundreds and hundreds of cars every year.
Wow.
It was fun. It was definitely fun.
That was fun, man. That was like some of my best memories from like that era.
Because you meet a lot of people like on the internet. You're like, oh, I've seen this car on the internet before, and you see them in person, or like you'll go one year and this person has like a regular stock car. You're like, cool, and then the next year they have like a swap from an SUV with a supercharger on it and like some crazy ass wheels that like they got custom made. You're like, damn, that's crazy. I didn't even know you could do that. So
yeah, dude, those are some good times with that show, with that meet, man.
Yeah.
Super cool. Yeah. So I know you were telling me this earlier, but what do you drive now?
Oh, now I kind of got out of the Hondas. It was like a money pit, and then also like me and your brother were talking about like just cars getting stolen and stuff, and it's like not enjoyable to the point where you have a really nice car you put so much time and effort and money into,
it just gets stolen,
and then like you have to worry about, is that car following me? Like, is this person following me? Like, that person looking at me weird, like, and like you hear a noise outside and you like go check and is someone in my car? Like,
it's like the shittiest feeling.
You can't, you can't live that way. So like now I just got out of Honda. So now I just got like, I have a Mercedes CLS 63 AMG with like a P89 package, and it's like 1 out of 30 in the world.
That's crazy. So, that's really limited.
Yeah, super limited.
Super fast.
Yeah. They're fun. They're super fast, and like a lot of companies like WiseTech and Rentec make ECU kits for them. So like literally with a tune, I can literally send my ECU. I think I spend like $3,000, and they can make the car have like 800 horsepower just by a tune on the ECU.
That's crazy.
Insane. Because the head guy at Rentec, he used to work at AMG, or he might still work at AMG, but he knows all like the tuning and stuff. He knows what the cars are capable of doing. So
it's awesome. Yeah. And I know you told me this earlier, but where did you find the car again?
I found the car in Virginia.
Oh, okay. And did you have it transported here, or did you just drive it?
I had it shipped.
Oh, okay.
I thought about driving, and I was like, nah, it's just put too much wear and tear on it. Yeah. I might get a flat tire, or like, you know, might hit something on the road,
or some rock
whatever.
Chips or something.
Yeah, so I had it shipped.
That's cool, man. So okay, so you have a really big social media following. How important do you think social media has been to your career?
Social media is like really, really important, like, because everyone's on it.
Yeah.
So like, if there's any way for people to see your work that've never seen it, it's definitely social media.
Absolutely.
It's just a matter of like, there's celebrities that I didn't even know that followed me. Like, I think the other month I was like on my, you know, you look through your likes and comments and shit like that, and someone was like, yo, follow Nicki back, and I was like, who's Nicki? And then I looked, and their page was like all Nicki Minaj, and Nicki Minaj follows me, and like Kevin Hart and like Ariana Grande and some random celebrities follow me, but I've never met them before. So it's like, it's really cool that they like follow me. That's awesome. So yeah,
that's really cool.
Social media is super powerful.
Yeah, dude, it's like the best way to stay in contact with friends and contact people, like potential clients
and brands too. Yeah. You just leave a comment on a brand,
and it's the best way for somebody to see your work.
Yeah, it's easy. It's one less step. Instead of sending someone like an email, you send someone an email, and in the email you have a link to your website. It's like they gotta first read the email, and then they have to click the link to go to your website and view your work. If you just send them a comment, they can click your name, and then they'll see your whole portfolio.
Or you could even get technical, and the email could not even come through. Like
exactly, yeah. So yeah, it's definitely like it cuts those extra steps.
Yeah, absolutely. Super easy too. So we're almost done here. So if you could give yourself from 5 years ago some advice, what would that be?
5 years ago to now.
Like if you could go back and be like, hey man,
I would just
Marcus
say
Hyde from 5 years ago.
I would just say work harder. Definitely network as much as you can. Like, as much as me saying you need a network, that's not even enough. Like, you literally have to go out there and network with everybody, because you can't just go to sleep and wake up and you're gonna have like emails from all these big companies.
Yeah,
like,
you gotta work for it.
You may get an email from some company or some person like randomly, but like it's not gonna be what you think it's gonna be. But like if you reach out to 100 brands, you're gonna hear back from some of them.
Exactly.
But if you don't reach out to any of them, then you may not hear from anybody.
Exactly.
So, yeah, you have to literally put yourself out there.
Do you still find yourself like reaching out to brands and people and stuff, or do you get a lot of your work from people hitting you up?
I get a lot of work from people hitting me up, but also I reach out to a lot of brands because I want to work with new people. And like, I love the people that I work with now, but you know, like it's always good to build more relationships and meet more people.
And when you reach out to these brands and people, do you have like some sort of a package that you send out or something, or is it just like, hey, check out my work here?
I mean, sometimes I'll send like a PDF of like a one sheet of like some of my work, and like, or sometimes I'll physically send mail. Like I'll physically send like a promo card with some of my work on it, and then my email and like website and stuff like that, and Instagram.
Yeah.
Because like it's one thing to send an email to somebody and hoping they read it, but it's another thing like to get physical mail. Everyone gets physical mail, and you have to like get it. You know, if you get it, like you're gonna see, oh, this is something I'm gonna open to see what it is. And then they're looking at it instead of like you clicking an email and, oh, this is trash, throw it away. Like they can look at it and, oh, this is kind of cool. Yeah. So I send physical mail too.
That's good, man. That goes a long way when you can like actually like physically hold something.
Yeah, send them prints and whatever.
Has way better value. So on the 5 years thing, where would you like to see yourself in 5 years?
5 years from now, I don't know, just doing bigger things, like still shooting, maybe directing some stuff, like some films or something would be really cool. Yeah. Maybe some TV stuff. Who knows? I don't know.
That'd be pretty cool, man. Yeah. And like LA is perfect for that.
Yeah. It's a lot of good people out here
to get into that if you wanted to.
You just gotta have the right crew of people and the right idea, and it'll happen.
Yeah. So who's somebody that you would like to shoot with that you haven't already, and also what's somewhere you'd like to visit that you haven't already?
I definitely want to go to Australia. Seems really cool.
I've heard good things.
And New Zealand is actually, I've heard multiple people say New Zealand is like absolutely amazing. So I want to go to New Zealand too. But then I want to work with Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean's huge inspiration. So at some point,
that's a good person to want to work with.
At some point, I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna work with Frank Ocean.
And you're just gonna do it. Yeah.
So we'll see.
That's cool, man. So, dude, I mean, I'm all out of questions, man. This has been really cool. Would you like to have any like closing thoughts or shout outs before we like end it?
I would just say like closing thoughts, like just anyone that's like trying to get into the industry or trying to really make it, like don't give up on yourself, like, because once you give up, then like that's really it. Like just keep trying. Like eventually if you try hard enough, like you're gonna get somewhere with it. So yeah, cool. Like and it seems like complete bullshit to me when people say like, oh, you know, if you dream about it and you push yourself hard enough, like you'll make it. Like I always thought that was bullshit, but it's a real thing. Like you really, really try, like it's
have to. Yeah, it's all about
there's no one
what
stopping
you put in.
Yeah. So
some good words.
Yeah.
So all right, man. Well, thank you for doing this, man. It's been awesome, and I just wanted to say like, dude, seeing from where you've come from when we first met, like when you were doing the whole car thing to like where you are now is like super inspiring, man. You've like, you know, you've come a long way, and you're making like a really big name for yourself in the industry, and it's super inspiring. And yeah, man, congrats on all your success, and it's awesome that you're doing like, you know, your whole thing with your bag and all that stuff is super cool, man. But yeah, dude, congrats, and you know, thanks for doing this, man.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah, awesome, dude. Well, this has been Christian Lozo with How It's Done podcast with Marcus Hyde. Thanks, dude.
Peace.
Cool. Feels weird to take them off.
Oh, it does, yeah. Oh, that was cool.
That was fun.
I'll show you the bag though.
Oh yeah, I want to see it.